I did this on purpose, and this is the result that I wanted. Welcome in. Much love. Trav here. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Getting some more clarity on everything that happened and what I'm about to do, and want to share that with you and share this excitement and share the idea of the subconscious mind having a reason, and perhaps God having a reason for certain things and having a plan, or your plan being beyond your conscious control. We're going to talk about some of those things. And yeah, and some of you were like, Trav, I thought that you were done talking about this. I'm done fighting with wizards. I'm done with that. But this is such a major life event that I'm still working through, that I'm not done digesting it. And I'll move on and make other content, but I will come back to this, I'm sure, over time. Anyways, so last night I was reading through my story, Magic Life, to record the audiobook, and I did that, and it's out, and I'm going to throw up a link to that below. And for those of you who have read this book, I'm curious for you, if you read the last 2 chapters, you read The End of Locker, and you read Thinker, to me it looks like this was on purpose, you know? I'm talking about how I don't want to leave the farm, the life's better, and I don't like the tournament grind. I'm over it, but I'm committed because of my obligations, and I don't like to cancel obligations, so I'm going to go through with it and hopefully fall off the tour by the end of the year. Right? That doesn't sound like someone who's really passionate about it. And it sounds like the way out for me is then to make my obligations cancel on me, is to get cut, is to get banned, to get suspended. That way, I don't have to cancel my obligations, they cancel on me. I can go back to the farm ahead of time. I don't have to do what Wizards wants anymore. I don't have to go where they tell me. I can go where I want to go. I can take more control of my life. I can take more freedom of my life. I can stop doing what's just comfortable and what's known, and I can go and explore and do what I really want. That's how when I read the last 2 chapters, I got goosebumps, like, wow. Because I say I did all this on purpose, and this is why we're going to go into subconscious or even God here, but I didn't have a plan. That wasn't my conscious plan, I was just like, that wasn't my plan with Magic for Bad. Maybe it was, because I had people message me along the way like, yo, dude, I'm having to leave the group. I'm like, sure, whatever. Maybe my plan was for this to happen sooner or later, right? And I want to say this again, for those of you who still have Magic dreams and Pro Tour dreams, go for it. It was worth it for me. It let me travel. But as I traveled, I was looking for what's next and what was better, and I believe that I found it. And then at that point, the Pro Tour lost much of its use to me, right? It's not the life that I wanted. It was too disruptive to my relationships. It was too much time inside. It was too much time on the computer. It was too much time putting into this black hole. At this stage, previously, again, it was worth it because it let me travel, it let me do all these cool things, meet all these cool people, and I wouldn't go back and change it. I wouldn't regret it. But it seems that my subconscious had a plan that was like, all right, how can I get out of it? Because I'm not, if I'm invited to the Pro Tours, I'm going to go, If I'm invited, I'm going to go. There's too many people rooting for me and too many people to thank for me to quit. I can't quit. But if I get banned, if I get suspended, then, right, that my subconscious figured that out, I believe, and found a way to make it happen. And it was painful, definitely. It's still painful. It's been traumatic. It's been embarrassing. But I feel okay about it. I feel better and better about it, especially as, I have my situation, the door's open for me. I'm going back, it's going to happen. I'm going to start the new year there. And I'll continue making content, not necessarily on the daily, but I will continue with content, and I'm going to learn new things and go on some crazy adventures the next couple years. I'm looking at a trip to China in 2018 potentially, And I'll write all about it in a sequel to Magic Life later on. But it's one thing for you to think about is how your subconscious guides you. It's said that our rational mind has so little control, and for the most part our gut, our subconscious, figures things out, and then we rationalize, that's why I did it afterwards. And that's really what I'm doing. It's like, I'm not that stupid. You're not that stupid to make such mistakes. At the time it makes sense for you, and while it's painful and maybe what your subconscious mind actually wants, it might be best for you, you know? That's one thing I've found is when life gets really stagnant and you're not happy with where you are, but it's just good enough, you're complacent, it's really hard to quit and really hard to change things. But if you can find a way to burn your bridges and get fired and get cut and get blacklisted, then you can walk away. You're forced to walk away when you couldn't have done it anyways. You know, ideally you don't have to go to that length, but for some of us, in the way the human mind works, it's just hard. It's hard for another way. So sometimes your subconscious is going to take action, and then your conscious mind is like, damn, that sucks. Why did I do that? But give it a month, give it 2 months, give it a little bit of time and perspective, and it's like, I get it now. That was good, right? And you could say that God had a plan as well, if you believe in that. If you want to believe in that, it's helpful to believe in. It's not necessarily true, but it's useful to believe that, yeah, this plan actually, it's beyond my control, and I'm thankful for God for this, because I wasn't going to go back and do what I actually wanted to do till the end of February or March. Now I'm doing it January 1st, right? Now I'm not wasting time now. I'm not going to waste any of my remaining 24 months in my 20s. I'm going to go do it immediately. Consciously, I wasn't able to make it happen, but subconsciously, I did. So, for you, I invite you to look at your own life. What sort of problems, what sacrifices you have to make, what obstacles in your way. Sometimes your obstacle may be your own conscious mind, your own rational mind, your own complacency, your own stagnancy, your own comfortability. Sometimes things are just good enough. And you got to find a way, your subconscious will find a way to get you there and to make it happen. And it will be painful, but if you can recognize what's happening, you'll feel lucky. And this way, I feel good about it because, well, I made a scene and all this. I'm happy I didn't lose my audience. You know, you guys are still with me. Most everyone took my back in this, and I get to go out a martyr in some ways. I get to go out. I try to take the high road as much as possible and accept as much responsibility as possible. I know I had that video yesterday, free Tiwu, Tiwu did nothing wrong. That's really trolly, and it's fun, you know. I like to joke, I have a sense of humor, and that's one thing I'm trying to do, is regain my sense of humor, because I'm very satirical, sarcastic, trolly, edgy. That's kind of what makes me laugh, so I'm trying to get that back through this trauma. Anyways, just wanted to let you all know, like, that's really interesting. I find it to be really interesting. And if you want to hear this story, you should check it out. I've thrown up the link down below, Magic Life. And also, I've thrown up the ebook. I recorded it last night. It's about 2 hours listen. It's a kind of a wild adventure, a lot of travel, a lot of tournaments, some insights, and there will be a sequel in a couple years if I'm alive. Right at my early 30s is the plan. Maybe write some other books. I've got more books inside me. Anyways, just want to thank you all and appreciate you and let you know that really I am okay, and I think I'm already seeing how I'm going to be way better off very soon. So it's going to be good. Thank you, much love, and talk to you soon.